boy rockin', headboard knockin', going up, going down. Now them hips going round and round. Headboard rockin', headboard knockin'.
Touch me, 22nd Saga into it with TomBoi. And today's subject is going to be beware of gifts and beware of flattery of the tongue. So, one thing that we know that we want out of life, love, companionship. And we in a world where it's way more hatred than there is love. It's more and more scandals than there's love. Way more jealousy and envy than there is love. And so it is very hard having discernment of somebody that really wants to genuinely love you. So let's go back to the first thing I said. Beware of gifts because they will spoil the heart. Now, a lot of times people think because someone gives you a gift that they have love for you or they like you, or it's a good thing, And you're like, okay, somebody thought about me. But sometimes there's motives behind those gifts. Sometimes there's ill will or ill intentions behind those gifts. And this is why you have to be aware of gifts because they will spoil a heart. Or maybe somebody did give you a gift, but they still are no good for you. This is why it is very important to not be addicted or have a lot of love for materialism. In this world, we have a lot of people materialistic, We think these material things make us who we are. We also feel like these material things are something that we have to have. And in some cases, we do need some things. And it's not that it's wrong to like nice things or fancy things. But sometimes people have motives behind those fancy things, especially if they are trying to get something from you. Just because somebody decides that they want to come as light, love, abundance, and prosperity doesn't mean that they are light, love, abundance, and prosperity. People like to play with people's emotions. It's a throwback song, Do or Die. Let me play with your emotions, ho. Everybody from the Midwest, y'all know what I'm talking about. Let me play with your emotions, ho. That's just that line right there. That's somebody that's basically saying, I'm finna come a certain way. I'm gonna game you. I'm gonna talk smooth. I'm gonna everything to get what I want out of you. I'm gonna tell you what I want to get out of you. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people use a predicament that you could be in to lure you into a situation that you're unaware of, People sometimes will use your weaknesses to prey on you. And they'll come as if they are trying to be a savior or a help. And they'll have things going on with them. And they may tell you partially the story. But you don't know the full story until you're there. And the thing about it is, they'll come and say, I told you this is what I have. But no, because the thing about it is, if somebody fully told you who they were, fully told you, they know deep down you wouldn't come. You know what I'm saying? So they have to figure out a way to lure you without you knowing the full story. You're only going to know half the story. There's a saying there, it goes, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. And this is a tricky one. You know, you hear this a lot. You have to use your discernment. You have to use your discernment when it comes to people. People use discernment. You use discernment. Even if your discernment happens to steer you wrong, you use your discernment. Everyone can tell you until they're blue in the face, well, you need to use more. Look, let me tell you something about this, right? Discernment is extremely tricky with somebody that is trying to appear as something else, because you don't know how long they are going to appear as something else. You don't know how long they are going to play this game with you. So we can tell people all day, use discernment, and they could have sat there, they could have had the conversations, they could have watched the actions. And when somebody's playing with your feelings, they're going to do all the right things. They're going to say all the right things. They're going to appear to be all the right things. This is why it's hard to say, always telling someone, use your discernment. It's hard. You know, people are using their discernment and they still can be fooled. So what we have to do is, besides just, always saying, use your discernment, we have to start getting more in tune, more one with ourselves. This is what we have to do. Y'all know the movie Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Now, she was using her discernment that whole time. She was using her discernment. She's telling this man, look, I don't want you. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. This man was applying pressure. The gifts, showing up. He was being everything for her until he got what he wanted. And when he got what he wanted, she told him, look, don't play with me. And he still played with her emotions. You see what I'm saying? He still played with her emotions. And the thing about it is, at that point, a person that's being abused or hurt too much, when they get to a point where they're going to crack, because they're tired of people playing with them. They're tired of people bringing forth gifts to try to spoil their heart, or they're tired of people pretending something else. It can become deadly. And so a lot of times I would say like this, we have to step back and we have to get back to ourselves. We have to get back to just loving ourselves, because if we don't, people will turn us into monsters because they're playing with your emotions. They're trying to use the flattery of tongue to get whatever out of you. They are giving out the gifts to spoil the heart. And I don't want none of us to go through this. If you see your friends going through something like this, or your family members going through things like this, don't do that I told you so. Alright? Because through this life we still have to navigate, and we still have to make choices on our own, even asking advice. So what I will say is this: still love them and just give them the best advice to not come across these things again. It was fun as usual. I would tell y'all, beware of gifts, because they will spoil the heart. I'm gonna see y'all again next week. This was fun. Y'all enjoy y'all holiday. Light, love, abundance, peace, and prosperity. Gods and goddesses.